Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
All persons not entitled to privileges of the floor under the rules of the Senate must now vacate the chamber.
Please rise for the invocation by Reverend Tom Corm, First United Methodist Church, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. God, we stand grounded in you and in your love and in the gift of a day. And we have work to do. Some of us are tired, some of us are energized, some of us feel like fighting, some of us might feel like giving up. But we have work to do. God, you are the creator of all, and even when we fail, your love always remains steadfast. Help us to stand firm in your love for us and for all that you've made. Keep us mindful of the people who have elected us to serve, all of them. They're the reason that we're here. Help us serve them well. Keep us mindful of each other, mindful of our constituents, and mindful of you. And we pray this in the many names by which you are known. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That wasn't too bad.
No, I promise. Okay. I kind of, what is it, under promise, over perform.
That's right. Right. I got it. Good seeing you.
You as well. Have a good day.
All right. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg, Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter,
Hold on.
Senator Carroll, Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Clemens, Senator Deneen, Senator Douglas, Senator Elkins, Senator Funky Fromeyer, Senator Girdler, Senator Givens, Senator Herron, Senator Higdon, Senator Howell, Senator Maiden, Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemus, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed, Senator Richardson, Senator Smith, Senator Stivers, Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner, Senator Webb, Senator West, Senator Wheeler, Senator Williams, Senator Wilson, Senator Wise.
Any members seeking recognition for the purpose of answering the roll? Seeing none, there being 33 members present, a quorum is declared. The Senate's authorized and prepared to do business. First order of business would be excuse of absent senators. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the absent senators be excused.
Without objection, the absent senators are excused. Next order of business is approval of the journal. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that the journal from Thursday, January 15th, 2026 be approved as written.
Without objection, the journal from Thursday, January 15th, 2026 is approved as written. Next order of business would be second reading of bills on the calendar. Mr. Clerk, I believe you have a report.
We do.
Please proceed.
For Friday, January 16th, 2026, Senate Bill 11, an act relating to a residential safe room rebate program, Senator Meredith. Senate Bill 13, an act relating to Planning Commission membership, Senator Deneen. Senate Bill 22 with Senate Floor Amendment 1, an act relating to dual credit scholarship programs, Senator Higdon. Senate Bill 42, an act relating to missing persons, Senator Deneen. Senate Bill 46 with Senate Committee Substitute 1, an act relating to school transportation and declaring an emergency, Senator Deneen. Senate Bill 90, an act relating to the Behavioral Health Conditional Dismissal Program, Senator Storm.
Does that conclude your report? All right. All those bills and resolutions, having just received their second reading, are now in the possession of the Rules Committee. Next order of business will be reported committee, there being no need. Next order of business will be introduction of new bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, you have a report. Please continue.
Senate Bill 103, an act relating to prescription drugs, Senator Wheeler. Senate Resolution 44, a resolution recognizing January 22nd, 2026 as Kentucky Arts Day, Senator Mays Bledsoe.
Does that conclude your report? Next order of business would be orders of the day. Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I move that Senate Bill 7 be taken from its place in the orders of the day, read for the third time by title only, and placed upon its passage.
Mr. Clerk, if you would, please report.
Senate Bill 7, an act relating to the issuance of identity documents, Senator Reed.
Senator from Taylor.
Mr. President, I yield to the Senator from Shelby for explanation of the bill.
Senator from Shelby, explanation of bill and action thereon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Bill 7 is about responsibility we all share, making sure that government works for the people that we represent. Across Kentucky, our constituents have told us clearly that the current system for driver's license services is not working. Long drives, long lines, missed work, missed school for a basic government service. The burden has fallen too heavily on the people. Senate Bill 7 offers a practical solution. This bill brings service back to local levels by allowing trusted county officials in counties without permanent regional licensing offices to handle renewals and duplicate licenses. These are elected officials who already serve their communities every day and who are directly accountable to the people. This is not about expanding government. It's about restoring a service that once worked well and putting it back into the hands of those closest to the citizens that it serves. President George Washington believed that the strength of our republic rests in government that remains close to the people and accountable to them. Senate Bill 7 reflects that principle by returning a basic service to local officials who know their communities and are answerable to their neighbors. This bill is narrow and responsible. Local officials will only handle renewals and duplicate licenses. The Transportation Cabinet provides the equipment and the scope is clearly defined. Some may say this bill is not perfect. Few things in public service ever are, but our duty is not to wait for perfection. Our duty is to act when a system is not working and our constituents are asking for help. I'm proud that this bill reflects the unity of this Senate body. The challenges it addresses are not partisan. They affect Kentuckians across the state. And they require a common sense, cooperative response. At its core, government exists to serve the people. Senate Bill 7 does exactly that by restoring local access, local accountability, and local service. I respectfully ask for your support for Senate Bill 7, and I thank you, Mr. President. I move for passage of Senate Bill 7.
The matter before the body is passage of Senate Bill 7. Any member seeking recognition? Senator from Bullitt.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to thank the senator for bringing this bill, and I'd like to make something clear. This is an attempt by the General Assembly to fix something that is not actually their job. It is the administration's job through the Transportation Cabinet to provide this licenses to the public. They have not done that. I'm not going to say they're unwilling, but they've been unable to do that. So we are tasked with the problem to fix, and that's what we are doing. So we still will need the cooperation of the administration, Transportation Cabinet, to follow up on the way that we are demanding them to do this. I just want the general public to know we have their interest at heart, and we are doing above and beyond what we should have to do. Thank you.
Senator from Jefferson 35.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do want to thank the bill sponsor for bringing this bill, as I do believe that this is a bill that all of us have had people from our districts talk about. I do have a couple of questions, Mr. President, so I ask if the sponsor would yield to a question.
Senator from Shelby, will you yield?
Yes, Mr. President.
Senator from Jefferson 35, he will yield.
Thank you. Just for clarification purposes, can you give more information about the $25 fee? Is that an additional fee to what individuals would already be paying, or is that a one-time fee for that duplication?
Senator from Shelby.
Mr. President, the $25 fee is on top of the $48 that it costs for an 8-year driver's license, yes. So we're talking about 8 years here. $25 will cover all of the expenses that will be incurred by the county that takes this on.
Senator from Jefferson 35, you have further need.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would ask if the sponsor would yield to one more question.
Senator from Shelby, will you yield to another question?
Yes, Mr. President.
Thank
Will
you.
yield.
Thank you. Well, just for clarification purposes, again, just want to make sure that this is only for counties who do not have a permanent regional office, and that this is only for renewals and duplication. So if somebody wanted to get a real ID for the first time, they would not be able to get it in these satellite offices. Is that correct?
Senator from Shelby.
Yes, Mr. President. The question was renewals and duplicates only, to include renewals and duplicates of the real ID. Anyone who wants to get a brand new for the first time ID need to go to a regional office. There will not be any first time with this bill, first time driver's licensing at the local level. It will have to be at a regional office.
Senator from Jefferson 35, you have further need.
Thank you. I do not. Thank you.
Any other member seeking recognition for the purpose of question or discussion? Senator from McCracken.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I do apologize for being late. I had a meeting this morning. One component of the Real ID issue that we have not talked about is the use of the online services. You can go online and you can get, if you have to do an address change, things of that nature, you can do that online. So those that are getting their renewals, as long as they have their I-test where they can upload that can be done online where they could save the fee. So that is a component that I think will be significant as we move forward. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other member seeking recognition? Senator from Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Speak on the bill.
Please proceed.
Mr. President, I want to thank the senator from Shelby for his work on this, and he made a comment that this is not a perfect bill, but there's never anything that's actually perfect in many forms of legislation. But we know that, Mr. President, I think you even made the comment yesterday when speaking to the media, this is a starting point. And as we know through the process, we have to get the legislation out, and we let it take its course from there as it goes over to the other chamber if it passes off the floor today, and we'll see what the finished product will look like. But I do want to thank the senator from Shelby for listening and the work on this. I almost want to thank the senator from Marion, who I know worked side by side with the senator from Shelby on this piece of legislation. And once again, looking forward to letting it take its course as we move through the process. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator from Oldham.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to acknowledge the difficulty in trying to solve this problem. There's a lot of history to the change that we made with the implementation of Real ID and the reason we went to regional centers that I didn't have a full understanding of when I came into this position. And I spent a number of days and hours in meetings and drafting legislation last session to try and address this. And I understand the weight of trying to solve this problem. I'm going to be a no on SB 7. I'll just say that up front before we take the vote. And it's not because it's imperfect. The legislation I filed last session was imperfect because, again, this is a very complicated issue. But my name is going to go on this bill that we're sending over, again, in the first part of the process, and it's going to change, but we need to do what the people are asking for. And what the people are asking for, as complicated and hard as it is, I feel very strongly needs to be done right and laid at the foot of this administration to implement it so that we can remove the burden that has been placed on the citizens of Kentucky, which has been ridiculously extreme. People are driving hours to get a permit test, and if they fail, they have to do it again. The same with the license. They have to do it again. It's unnecessary, it's burdensome. I was elected to represent the people, and my vote will reflect that today. Thank you.
Senator from Marion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Speak on the bill.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank the senator from Shelby for his work on this bill and tackling this problem. You know, we've dealt with this for several years. In fact, last year, Mr. President, we passed a right decent bill. The senator from Jessamine, in his Senate Bill 43, had a language in there that would allow third parties to do this very thing. It did not allow government offices of any type to do it, but third parties, entrepreneurs out there. I know at one time when I owned a grocery store, we did a lot of services out of our office. Western Union, money orders, utility bills. We did a lot of things. So there's entrepreneurs out there that would probably take this up. It was primarily designed for AAA. But there's not that many AAA offices around the state for this to be effective. But the issue with that is that this bill has not been implemented yet. Over a year ago, we passed the bill, and we still haven't seen the administrative regs on that bill yet. So, you know, it's I don't know if the process is usually that slow or why we don't have those regs and why we're not able to start those third-party folks across the state from doing this very thing that we're trying to pass today. So, Mr. President, we know that this passing a piece of legislation, it is a process. This will now go to the House, and it will probably be back to us sometime later in the year. So, even when we pass it, based on this bill we passed last year, Senate Bill 43, that allowed for third parties to issue license, it might be a while before something is done. So I've been saying for a long time, this is a Band-Aid. This doesn't really fix the big problem. The big problem is it will probably be addressed, believe it or not, less than a year from now, the filing deadline will have come and gone for the governor's race. I have a feeling that this issue will be a big topic in the governor's race next year. It'll be an issue that they'll all talk about. So, again, I commend the senator from Shelby for his work on this, and look forward to getting this passed, getting it back from the House and passing this. So, thank you, Mr. President.
Senator from Perry.
Yes, Mr. President, if I could like to speak on the bill.
Please proceed.
I want to take us back for a little bit. Kentucky has a very unique history when it comes to driver's license. For us colleagues who have been in it for a while, back in early 2000, if you remember, they took several of us into a room in transportation when I was in the House, and they showed us a video that was going across the Middle East. And what it had was a agency that if you would sign up with them, they would take you to the United States, to either Kentucky or Tennessee, and they would get your driver's license, and they would take that driver's license and they would get you, I guess, a Social Security card, and then they would get you your disabilities, and you had to give them the first $5,000, I think is what it was. And so people had been signing up for this quite a bit to come here, because at that point our driver's license was so lax. It was so easy to abuse. And I think when that bill passed to clear that up, I think only one member of the Senate at that time voted no. But we tried to clear it up. I don't think Tennessee cleared it up for many years later, but we've gone from a point to where it was so easy for people to get their license, to try to take these corrective measures, to what we've seen in the last little bit to where it's been extremely difficult. It's been frustrating for us, but pause for 1 second. Think how aggravating it's been for those in regions like mine that have to travel a great distance to get to these centers. And when you put that into effect, the voters of our districts and the constituents have been very patient as this thing's unfolded. Now, here's the hardcore truth for us. This governor has the power right now to fix this without any legislation. Now, I can say that without fear of challenge. They can fix it right now, bottom line. But I don't think any of us think that's going to happen. Now, you'll hear this stuff, and I hate to politicize this, but it's like Biden telling you can do anything about the border. I can't do anything without the border, nothing. There's nothing I can do. Well, Trump's done something magic, but he did it without Congress. But there are vast powers that we give our governors and our presidents to help us. This is one that our governor can fix for those people in my district that are struggling right now with this by implementing what we'd already put into place. Since that's not going to happen, I think this is a good starting point. And I, like many other people, have a lot of questions about it. But it's best to get these pieces of legislation out early in the session so we can get lots of hammer blows to them and start to shape it into a bill that's the most effective one out there that we can be proud of, but also restores the faith in the Commonwealth and our voters that we're actually going to fix this issue for them. So if we can't get help from the first floor down there, then we're going to have to take it upon ourselves to get it done. And that's exactly what we see here. I commend the sponsor for trying to do it. I ask each of you to have patience so that the process work. If you've got a good idea, this is now the time to add it. But this bill is far from over. But I commend this chamber for starting the debate right out of the bat at the first of the session. With that said, I will sit down. Thank you.
Senator from Grayson. I have you in the queue.
Sorry, Mr. President, I couldn't hear you.
Senator from Grayson,
I'd
sorry.
like to speak on the bill, please.
Please proceed.
You may have noticed during my 9 years here, I'm an advocate for rural Kentucky. And I'm reminded of my first week in session here. My friend and colleague from Senator from Bourbon gave me my first lesson. He said, you know, every bill that we pass has unintended consequences. And that has rang so true in my almost 9 years here. And this is one of those bills. I remember when we discussed it in committee, I spoke against it because of the disproportionate burden it would place on rural communities. It's very easy to say, just drive up the road. But for so many people, we don't understand what a financial burden that is for those people, particularly if you've got to take a day off work and just the expense of travel there. So as the Senator from Marion said, this is a Band-Aid, but don't let the pursuit of perfect legislation get in the way of good legislation. Whatever doesn't work, we'll be here next year. Most of us will be, and we'll, as you know, it's a process, and we'll continue to go in that direction. But again, I'd ask you to look at it from a rural perspective and understand that this helps that constituency. Will help all constituency, but particularly rural. So that in, I thank the Senator from Shelby for his bill. It's much needed. And it's amazing with all the issues that we have to deal with here in the legislature, particularly this session, that this is one that has received probably the most attention, certainly in the top 4 or 5, and it needs to be addressed. So I'd encourage everyone to vote aye for this bill. Thank you, Mr. President.
Seeing no other members seeking recognition, the matter for the body is passage of Senate Bill 7. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. Little jumping the gun here. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Berg,
Senator from Jefferson, 26. Please cast your vote, then explain, limited to 3 minutes.
I stand to cast an aye vote. I do, however, want my voters to understand this bill does not impact Jefferson County. So if anybody is watching and thinking that things in Jefferson County are going to change, this bill will not impact. Thank you.
Senator Boswell, Senator Carpenter, Senator Carroll, Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Clemens, Senator Deneen, Senator Douglas, Senator Elkins, Senator Funky Fromeyer, Senator Girdler, Senator Givens, Senator Herron, Senator Higdon, Senator Howell, Senator Maiden, Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Mills, Senator Neal, Senator Nemes, Senator Nunn, Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Rawlings, Senator Reed.
Senator from Shelby, please cast your vote, then explain, limited to 3 minutes.
Cast an aye vote, Mr. President. I just wanted to comment and appreciative of the senator from Jefferson's comment on the fact that her comment was that it would not impact Jefferson County. However, that's not exactly true because if we make it to where the counties and the rural areas are able to take in business from their constituents, it should relieve the pressure even more so in Jefferson County, making it a lighter impact on Jefferson County. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Richardson, Senator Smith, Senator Stivers,
Aye.
Senator Storm, Senator Thomas, Senator Tishner,
Senator from Oldham, please cast your vote, then explain, limited to 3 minutes.
Again, I'll be casting a no vote, and it appears the saying, no man is an island. I fear I'm going to start this session being one with my no vote in this chamber. Again, I want to commend the sponsor for his work on this. My vote reflects this piece of legislation that it is not addressing the issues, and I feel we should be passing a stronger piece of legislation to start the work on. I've listened to my constituents. I've listened to constituents all over the state of Kentucky. Any comments on Facebook? There are thousands of negatives about what we're moving through this chambers, but I understand the process is just getting started, and I recognize that, and I appreciate the work that we're doing to get this to the House and begin that process. Thank you.
Senator Webb,
Senator from Carter, please cast your vote, then explain under the time limit.
I'd like to explain my aye vote at this time, Mr. President. I'd like to remind my constituents that I didn't vote for this in the first place back in 2020. And for much of the same reasons that my colleague from Grayson's already cited, and the impact on those rural areas such as mine with large counties and a demographic where transportation is often a problem. So this, I'm voting yes. I've got some concerns with the bill. I would rather see a consistent solution across the board that gave some security to our county office holders. I've already heard from some of mine as well as some neighboring county officials that have concern with this bill. But I am convinced, due to the attention that the House has given this issue, that we will get a product back here that perhaps I can support a little more wholeheartedly. But at this time, I'm going to vote yes to move the process. So thank you.
Senator West, Senator Wheeler,
Senator from Pike, please cast your vote, then explain, limited time.
Explain my aye vote, Mr. President. I want to commend the senator from Shelby for the good work on this bill, and while I share many of my colleague Senator from Carter's concerns, what I like about this bill is it gives multiple options and encourages local officials to work together to find what the best fit is for the community. Clearly, this is something that should have been better thought out on a statewide level to make these offices more amenable and more approachable to the general public. But, you know, we have to start somewhere. And I think the senator from Shelby's solution, or at least proposed solution, is a good start that will make sure that that the administration and the transportation cabinet can adequately serve people where they are in their local communities and make this somewhat cumbersome process easier. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Williams.
Senator from Boone 20. Please cast your vote and explain.
Mr. President, I'd like to explain my aye vote. This is the beginning of the process. I know this bill isn't perfect. The process isn't perfect either, but I believe that we'll come to a good conclusion for the Commonwealth. I'm voting aye because of two things. I feel very strongly about local control, and this is a bill that gives local control to the elected officials of the county. There's a question of the fees. We set that fee. I would prefer to see my fix to it in the process, or would like to see it become up to a certain amount. But I want to make it clear that I'm voting for this because nobody has to pay that fee. Not even in the counties that have the larger counties that have a regional service center. You can go on and renew your license online without paying a fee. So we are investing a lot in broadband infrastructure throughout the state so that everybody can have access to online and make this renewal without paying a fee. That, more than anything else, is going to relieve the pressure on the large counties and aid the small counties as well. And it will cost a whole lot for the state as a whole. We will not have to put as much general fund money into this, that people will take advantage of the broadband infrastructure that we have implemented throughout the state to renew their licenses without a fee. So I'm vote aye.
Senator Wilson. Senator Wise.
Any other member seeking recognition to cast, change, or explain their vote? Seeing none, there being 34 yeas, one island being an A, Senate Bill 7 is passed. Senator from Taylor.
Rules Committee.
Conclude the orders today?
That concludes the orders of the day, sir.
Do you have a motion?
I do, Mr. President. With that motion, I move that the Senate recess for meeting of the Rules Committee and Committee on Committees at the clerk's desk, please.
This body shall be in recess until call of the chair.
Senate will come to order. Next order of business is report of committees. Mr. Clerk, please report.
The Committee on Committees has met and referred the following bills and resolutions: to Appropriations and Revenue, Senate Bill 76; to Health Services, Senate Bill 12 and Senate Joint Resolution 23; to State and Local Government, Senate Bill 20; to the Senate floor, Senate Resolutions 38, 39, 40, and 43.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next order of business is motions, petitions, resolutions, communications, and announcements. Any member seeking recognition of this order of business? Sorry. Let's return to report of committees. Mr. Clerk, please report. You have a Rules Committee report as well. Thank you.
The Rules Committee has met and posted the following bills and resolutions to the regular orders for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. Senate Bill 10, Senate Bill 28, Senate Bill 29, Senate Bill 38, Senate Bill 49, Senate Bill 51, and Senate Concurrent Resolution 9.
Mr. Clerk, do you have anything else to report? Next order of business is motion, petitions, resolutions, communications, and announcements. Senator from Christian, what purpose do you rise?
Co-sponsor request, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
With permission of the primary sponsor, I move to be added co-sponsor of Senate Bill 39, and I have the proper paperwork.
Thank you, sir. Senator from Perry, what purpose? Senator from Clay, what purpose?
Action on resolution, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
If you would, please report Senate Resolution 43 by title only.
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Resolution 43 by title.
Senate Resolution 43, a resolution adjourning the Senate in honor and loving memory of Granville Reed, Jr., Senator Stivers.
Move for the adoption.
Senator from Clay moves for adoption. Motion for the body's adoption of Senate Resolution number 43. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Resolution 43 is adopted. Senator from Taylor, what purpose?
Announcement, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Members of the body and the chamber, just the announcement that we will not be convening on Monday for the celebration of the federal holiday of the Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So with that, we will be convening on Tuesday at 4 p.m. here in the chambers. I have not been told that any committees will be meeting on Tuesday. If that were to change, I just ask members to be aware of checking emails or getting notifications. But we will have orders of the day for Tuesday when we return back to these chambers on January 20th at 4 p.m., Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator from Taylor. Members, please take note of that announcement. Senator from Campbell, what purpose?
A co-sponsor request.
Please proceed.
Yes, sir. With the permission of the primary sponsor, I would like to be added as co-sponsor to Senate Bill 51.
File the appropriate paperwork. Record will reflect as such. Senator from Hardin, what purpose?
Co-sponsor and withdrawal request, sir.
Please proceed.
As a primary sponsor, with permission of the primary sponsor, I would like to be added to Senate Bill 52. And as the sponsor, I would move to have Senate Bill 42 withdrawn. I have the proper paperwork for
File the
both.
appropriate paperwork. Record will reflect as such. Thank you, sir. Senator from Bourbon, what purpose?
Co-sponsorship request, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
With permission of the primary sponsor, I move to be added as co-sponsor to Senate Bill 39.
File the appropriate paperwork. Thank you, sir. Senator from Perry, what purpose?
I rise for the purpose of co-sponsorship, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
I would like to be seen as a co-sponsor, or recognized, if you will, for Senate Bill 101. I have spoken to the sponsor, and I am now filing the proper paperwork.
Thank you, sir. Senator from Marion, what purpose?
Thank you, Mr. President. Have two issues, please. Co-sponsorship.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. With the permission of the primary sponsor, I request to be a co-sponsor of Senate Bill 39, and I'll file the proper paperwork.
And you have further need, sir?
I do. Would you please ask the clerk to call Senate Resolution 18 and read it by title only?
Mr. Clerk, please report Senate Resolution 18 by title.
Senate Resolution 18, A resolution adjourning the Senate in honor and loving memory of Carolyn Greenwell Hayden and Joseph Jotty Albert Hayden. Senator Higdon.
Senator from Marion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Jody Hayden served in the House of Representatives, and several of us in this chamber served with him. And just wanted to take a moment to recognize him and the passing of him and his wife. And with that said, Mr. President, move for its adoption.
The motion for the body is on adoption of Senate Resolution number 18. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Senate Resolution 18 is adopted. Senator from Oldham, what purpose?
Co-sponsor request, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
With permission of the primary sponsor, I move to be added as a co-sponsor of Senate Bill 82 and Senate Bill 51, and I have the appropriate paperwork.
Thank you. Senator from Boone 11, what purpose?
Co-sponsor request, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
With permission of the primary sponsor, I move to be added as co-sponsor of Senate Bill 64, and I'll file the proper paperwork.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Any other member seeking recognition on this order of business? Seeing none, the next order of business is introduction of floor amendments. Mr. Clerk, do you have any need for introduction of floor amendments? No need for introduction of floor amendments. Next order of business is introduction of new bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, do we have any new bills or resolutions? Please proceed to introduce those to the body.
Senate Bill 105, an act relating to reading and writing in schools. Senator Thomas.
Mr. Clerk, does that conclude your report, sir? It does. Thank you, sir. The next and final order of business is adjournment. Any member seeking recognition before we move to the final order of business? Seeing none, Senator from Taylor, you have a motion.
I do, Mr. President. I move that the Senate adjourn until 4 p.m. Tuesday, January 20th, year of our Lord, 2026.
The Senate shall stand adjourned until 4 p.m. Tuesday, January 20th, year of our Lord, 2026.